Hi guys, Elite Legionarii here, bringing you a 3 versus 3 duel commentary with Doc Holliday.
Hello.
So, this, like I said, was a 3 versus 3. I'm in Carthage and you took Armenia. So,
yes, I decided to go Armenia this game.
You're in a cav mood?
Yeah, I've quite a heavy cataphract force, 6 gold cataphracts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see there. 2 gold attack horse archers. Of course, playing Armenia, you always want those.
More or less, yeah.
4 gold attack archers, and I think it was 4 bronze heavy spearmen. They're just really there to hold the line.
Yeah, to store away cataphracts.
The cataphracts are the real killers of the Armenian army.
Yeah, and the peasants were just screening for Pila, were you?
So I was worried just having 2 Roman factions that would be against Pila.
Yeah, so good move.
I think you pointed out this once that peasants aren't quite so good for the Pila screen because they're kind of a clump.
Yeah, you can't stretch them over the line.
So maybe it would have been better just to have 1 unit of heavy spearmen stretched out really thin in front of them.
What I usually do, I do it here, is I have a town watch. See? I can't
I don't think Armenia get a really...
Usually just use like a slinger or just some junky cheap units, what I usually use. But me guys, I'm using 5 or 6? It looks like 5. Yeah, 5 units of gold sacred band hoplites. I believe it was 6 units of gold sacred band cav. Can't see the upgrades on those ones, odd, but they are gold. Okay, now 5 of them are gold, and this one's got none. I didn't realise I'd done that. Oh, it must have just been for support. And I have, I think it was 4 gold attack slingers, but they were pretty useless, don't they, on this map? But our opponents are, let's see, the Macedonia's Aetius, and he's just got, what do you see there? Well, is that 5 or 6 Cretians?
Yeah.
6 silver Cretians, I think. That's pretty expensive.
He had quite a few, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. He had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 5 gold raw pikemen and 2. I think he's got more than that. I think he's got some hidden around here, doesn't he? Or he comes around my flank or something. I don't know. I guess he has only got 3, so he's got 3 cav, 2 gold companions and 1 gold general. This is general. The Macedonian general looks awesome, don't you reckon?
I think he does.
He does. Yeah. Like all the Greek units look like this, but the colours of the Macedonian are the best.
Yeah. We can start the game now because
I guess we can. Yeah. So anyway, this guy is Yui. I think it's his name. He's the Julli Romans, and Matthew Carney is the Brutii Romans. And what was our ally's name?
I've forgotten, yeah.
It's like West, but it's spelled with a 3 instead of an E.
Yeah, as you might have seen, the 3 of them deployed quite close to Elita, and we've got the Seleucids all the way out on our right flank, so we're a bit worried about him getting to the action quick enough.
My plan was to actually use this outcropping here to anchor my flank, keep me from being flanked out. And so I think it did alright. I think, yeah.
It turned out okay.
Yeah, because this is a map from Bell's mod map pack, so it's not actually on the standard pack. So
Elita here has got the Julii and the Macedonians coming at him, and I'm trying to rush over to him as quickly as possible. Yeah. But if we go up to the Seleucid, his troops are still walking.
We wished he was rushing here because
we were hoping that telling him to hurry up and rush, but he is coming, I suppose. And he didn't have a long way to go, to be fair. Could have gone there faster.
So you get into a nice skirmishing to try and just hassle the Brutii here. So his army, I don't think I outlined his army. It's like 6 units of gold urban cohort spam, and then like a general, and then about 3. I think it's gold attack Praetorian cav. This guy's gone with quite an interesting army. It's big, like a lot of first cohorts and like early legionary cohorts, all gold, and some just Roman cav. So it's quite big, but nothing particularly like real high quality. So I'm not too concerned about him, but him and Macedon together are a bit of a problem. And as you can see, my slingers just got wasted. So I just decided to pull them out and basically give extra Pila screen to my sacred bands. But fortunately you were there, Doc, because that would have been difficult.
Yeah, so I was keeping my cataphracts, some of them reserved, just in case the cavalry of the Julii proved to be a problem. Yeah. And also because he's facing Macedons as well, so I wanted to support him as much as possible.
Macedons don't quite being kind of cunning here. He knows he doesn't need to worry about cav from me attacking him this way, so he's going to slip around behind me. So it's really quite good. So I see that these Roman cav are idle, and I know my cav are a lot better, so I'm going to try and attack them. As you can see, my peeler screen absorbed most of the peeler, but he has got in rows, so that's kind of smart, because he's going to be able to hit my men a second time, so it's quite good.
Over the Brutii are starting to attack me. They've routed my peeler screen, but
you get it. You immediately get into the back of these urban cohort here. But I mean, your men are going to have no show against these urbans without your cataphracts.
I'm bringing in cataphracts over here to help Melita deal with the Julii cav, which we do fairly nicely. We get rid of them fairly quickly.
Here was a bit of a concern where Macedon was kind of slipping around out my flank here, but fortunately my infantry is so much superior to these early legionary cohorts, so I can beat them pretty quick. And thankfully we free up cav in time here, and you're able to help me, and I had to get some more men off. And I think by this point, the Seleucid ally has finally got his cataphracts over, and he's going to be able to help you.
Help me mop up the
Brutii, because I mean your infantry. Actually, I'm really impressed watching this. Your infantry holding against.
They do a good job holding, and that's what the Vescu are there for. They just need to hold the line while your cataphracts do the damage.
Yeah, and here the Seleucid guy does a good movie. You've got him pinned on one side, and he's going to actually encircle his Victorian. But here's a testament to Victorian strength. It still says they were victorious temporarily there. So
then they all out.
Yeah, which was good. So over here, I decided to do a charge with my guys, and I wanted to try and pull this unit around and circle it, but he does pull off, and it doesn't go my way. So it was a bit of a pain. So fortunately over here though, most of the Roman infantry's crushed, but now I've got real concerns from the Macedonian, but it looks like it's going pretty good for you and Seleucid Doc. So cataphracts are pretty dominant. If you use correctly, then you can be pretty much
I've got a lot of hammer and anvil charges on the rear of his line, which proved to be fatal.
As you can see, a lot of these urban cohort are now cracking and breaking. Over here, this fight is going pretty even, well, slightly in Macedon's favour, which is kind of annoying and odd actually, because I find that Sacred Band do better in the melee, whereas companions do better on the charge. So over here I'm going to try and force some of these Cretians away, because they just be a real nuisance. But as you can see, they draw their swords, and Cretians are not too bad in melee fighting if they get the numbers down.
Which they do there. Yeah, it can be quite surprising, even normal missile units. If the cab's been running around and it's tired, often I'll just put them on melee and tell them to fight, because they can do a decent job.
They can do it, and I mean, I'm
constantly winded.
One of them routes there, but they did lose a lot of men. And over here, I'm getting pretty surrounded, but I got to hold them, because otherwise, I cannot. If I wanted to try and turn back and help, run over there for support, but I figured those Cretians would hit my flank.
I make a bit of a mistake there. That cav that's charging into those pikes, I should have done that. I should have put them all onto that Julii.
Yeah, probably want to slip one round this way and squeeze them, but never mind.
Been ideal.
Yeah. The problem really is this. He's just walking our ally, and I mean it's going to cost me my army, but.
Yeah, it's a shame he couldn't have run. I think he should have got out of formation and just ran.
Yeah, he should just, because then I probably would have survived. But by this point, I mean, he's getting support there, but this is where you start to pull out, I think.
Yeah,
because
I don't want to get involved
those raw pikes.
Fighting those pikemen.
Yeah, but I mean, the ally's been good with his cav, which was really good, but these Cretians are a bit of a concern. But unfortunately my army breaks here, but I mean, I was pretty pleased really, because I took down the Julii, and then probably a good portion of with your help, a good portion of the Macedonian infantry as well. I mean, I only see a few units left.
Yeah, so I don't think we really got to worry about Macedon now.
And we're going to have Seleucid allies infantry and missile units are in full, untouched, and they are good. I mean, phalanx pikemen are nowhere near as good as royal pikemen, but his men are weak and tired and whatnot, and we've got a lot of cav left, so we were pretty confident.
But the Macedonian player does something really clever. He forms up near that hill there.
I mean, I fought on this one in the past. This map is one of my favourites, especially if you're the host, because I always get this spot, and I can use it as outcropping. It's kind of I try and host on this map if I can, because it's a really good position. But he's gonna use it to shield his flank, and that's really smart, because his raw pikemen are still strong enough to beat these phalanx pikemen, but the cataphracts are going to have a hard time getting in, so it's a good move by Aetius.
It makes it really difficult for us to be able to use that cavalry advantage, because otherwise we'll be charging straight into pikes.
For some reason I keep going, I don't know why. I missed my general unit, I think. Yeah, there he is there. But I think it's a pretty good testament. Oh damn, there's my general. But what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. That's right. It's a pretty good testament to the sacred bands though. I mean, that Roman army just got like stomped by them, and then a good portion of that the Macedonian units did as well. And I have no idea what I was doing here. I think I completely forgot I had units surviving, so that was really not very genius of me. But it doesn't really matter because Doc and West, I guess, the Seleucid player, have got fairly good numbers left, and even some of your infantry survived. That's pretty impressive, eh?
Yeah, I was surprised a bit that they actually, a lot of them survived over half strength.
Yeah,
they did fairly well.
I mean, that's really impressive about Urban Cohort, but that's like I've stressed in many of my videos that you should have a peeler screen when you're versing Rome. I think it makes a big deal, especially for phalanxes, because I mean they're real tight, and if they take too many hits, they just the only unit that's really can handle peeler is like Spartans. But
yeah, so here he's kind of forming up in a semicircle with his rear to that hill, so we can't actually get our cavalry around. So that's very clever of him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can't charge our cavalry straight into his pikes. Otherwise,
fortunately, there are some slight gaps, and both Europe's sort of.
Yes, I think try to get in there.
Fortunately, our allies started to be a little more communicative at this time of the game, I think. So, but again, he's going to readjust, and with these Cretians here, it gives him a lot of range. But the problem with this is it's kind of a bit like the new box formation, where the units get very clustered, so every arrow hits. You know what I mean? Whereas if it's out in the open,
Yeah, so spreading out isn't a big advantage because they're all clustered anyway.
Yeah, and the advantage we have here is we can spread our archers onto the flanks and just shoot the backs and weaken them out, and that's what we do. That's how, if you ever get in this kind of situation, this is what you want to do, because it allows you to just...
Well, he does have quite a few Cretans left, so...
yeah, but I mean, you've got enough archers left to occupy, and there's all these archers
and we will be shooting uphill, so it will be less effective.
Yeah. But I mean, if you watch, I mean, like I've had like 1-2 units archers completely destroy a unit like this if it's shooting it in the back. And the good move too is here he's going to see I was actually going to attack only on 1 point, and because he's got such deep blocky formations, it makes up for the fact that those royal pikemen are a crap load better than his phalanx pikemen.
It certainly does. I think I make a bit of a mistake. I send my phalanx pikemen, not my phalanx pikemen, my heavy spearmen forward too early.
Yeah. I mean, and they're just no match.
And they just get slaughtered.
Yeah, look at that. They've gone in about 3 seconds. It's kind of silly how units rout that quick in this game, but then again, I suppose it's realistic after how much they've been through.
Yeah, they've taken a lot of casualties, so their morale's a bit damaged. Yeah, I should have waited and attacked at the same time, but I thought he was going to go in there.
Yeah, but he's coming in now.
Yeah.
He's done a very good job. There's no gaps. There's no entry point. The best bet probably for him would be to actually go through this Roman.
Yeah, that's probably the weakest link.
Early cohort, because I mean they're a useful infantry unit, but they're nothing spectacular.
Yeah. I was trying to get my cataphracts through that gap.
Yeah.
It wasn't big enough.
Yeah.
And
so it's kind of
went through the middle anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of
But they did their job. They pushed through.
Yeah, cataphracts are a bit silly like that. It's a bit ridiculous that they should be able to do that.
And they put down their pikes.
And the thing is, it kind of like what it's done is like messed up their formation.
Yeah, so they've all drawn their swords. They don't have their pikes anymore.
And that'll allow the phalanx pikemen a better show.
Yeah.
Over here, he really this is kind of gnarly. But this is where he wants to be going through these first cohorts. Can he just bust through and then get behind them? But as you can see, look at this, the sheer weight of, look at this, cataphracts is just going to cream these royal pikemen. So, I mean, cataphracts are pretty, I mean, I've talked about it in my other videos, they are pretty overpowered, but they also have some pretty exploitable weaknesses. So, did he throw this peeler with these silver shield pikemen?
I don't know if the silver shield engineers got off their peeler.
I don't know. But, I mean, you're finally cracking through on this side.
It's the weight of numbers of this cataphracts come through, and
and Syrians just cracks all at once. So, but that's a really good defense by Aetius of the Macedonian. So, if he ever watches this video, nice work, man. It was a good challenge. And you're did some nice cav work over here as well. So, but that's it was a pretty sweet battle, eh?
Certainly, yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah. I had to sacrifice my army, but I think I did pretty good considering the weight of numbers against me. And
definitely, that Seleucid player on our right flank
took a while.
Could have got over a lot faster. I mean, he did have a long way to go, to be fair.
Yeah. And there's the Roman general. Squished under Doc's hoof.
I think it was the Seleucid cataphracts, wasn't it?
Oh, it might have been the one under the... Yeah. So, yeah, that's a good game, though. I mean, West did take a while, but once he got there, he was pretty good.
Clear victory.
So, as you can see, it looks like you got the most this time, Doc.
Oh, yes.
1,000...
Nice. A slight margin, but yes, got the most.
Yeah, so, I mean, 1,103 for me. Most of my army's destroyed, though. Only have 290.
No, Aetius got the most kills. Yeah.
Well, he was a pretty awesome defense, but his allies were pretty easily put to the sword. But we did pretty good, really. I mean, look, West's army didn't really take much damage at all. Look at that; it only lost it didn't even go under 1,000. So he did
get a nice pile of kills.
Yeah, considering his entry into the battle was kind of late.
Those cataphracts though were pretty powerful and decisive.
Can't show your results screen.
No, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, but I guess your cataphracts had...
Yeah, I think my cataphracts...
way over the hundreds and going on to 200. I mean, one of my sacred bands is 203, 144, 124. One of my cav ones is 144, 97, 114. So, basically with Carthage, it's a sacred band that should carry, in most cases... That's the thing with Carthage, though. The missile weakness is quite a nuisance.
It is definitely.
Yeah.
I think from memory, my archers did quite well. People underestimate archers.
Yes, they do.
I think, especially if you can get the flank shots and firing on their rear, you can do a lot of damage, even to really good units like Urban Cohort.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Urban Cohort are immortal to archers from the front, but if you can get them on the flank, then it's a good way of doing it. Because everything to help you against the Urban Cohort.
Yeah, and you don't see it much, but the morale damage from the flaming arrows can be a really big factor. I don't really see people using them very much, but I quite like using them.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got units like cataphracts that cause a lot of morale shock when they charge.
Yes.
It makes it a lot easier to break units from the get-go if you have archers shooting them with fire.
Yeah. It's just that accuracy thing, and certain units, if you use Germania or something, it's more practical to use standard arrows because it's got no armour, so yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with that, absolutely.
So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me, Doc. It was fun.
Indeed, always a pleasure.
Yeah. A good game to West, Matthew Carney, Yui and Aetius. Very, very good on Aetius' part, you've got to say.
Yes, he did very well. Very impressive.
Yeah. So, hope you've enjoyed, viewers, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.